All right. So let's grade on the iPad or the iPad Pro. I'm on the iPad Pro right now, grading a free response quiz here in MRWC. I'm Mr. Ainsworth, and I'm just going to just talk about how I'm grading on a Rubik's score. This problem here is worth 5 points, and on the rubric, oops, sorry, five. This is just a rubric. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 is 100%. It's perfect. 4 is a 90% on the rubric scale. 3 is 80%. 2 is minimal understanding, 70%. And 1 means they attempted it, but they really didn't know what they were doing. So I'm going to be grading these quizzes right here on a 5-point rubric and then adjusting it to a percentage. Again, we're in Canvas, we're on the iPad Pro, and grading a free response quiz as opposed to some multiple choice variation of this, which should not be used in this case because assessing a student's understanding on a problem like this, which is multi-step and has a lot involved, it's just not fair to do a multiple choice question on this. I mean, just flat out not fair. So here we go. Okay, so they have to graph these complex numbers here. So they did so correctly here. And then they have to multiply each of the original complex numbers by z, where z varies, okay? And they have to multiply each complex number by 2 plus 2i. So they do that here, and they get 2 comma 10, which is correct. The second one's correct. The third one's correct. So all this is good. So all the numeric stuff is good. So right away, this person gets no less than a B. All right, so no less than a 3 out of 5. Now, in order to figure out the transformation from the original figure, which is this one here, the small one, all right, to the big one here in red right here, this one, they have to get the dilation and the type of rotation that is. And so they think it's a rotation counterclockwise. That's correct. But not negative 75 degrees, it's actually 45 degrees. And in order to determine that, well, that comes from experience. So I'm not going to go into the mathematics of this. It's about grading. Okay, so because they got that part wrong, they got the dilation. They knew it was a dilation because it went from small to big. Okay, but they didn't get the scale factor. So, but they did very, very well. They knew there was a rotation and a dilation. They got all the numeric part. So this person actually gets an A. 4 out of 5 is a 90%. If they got the specific type of dilation and the specific type of rotation, I would have given them a 100%, 5 out of 5. All right, but at least they knew, they got all the numeric, they knew there was a dilation because it went from small to big. They knew it was rotated somehow. So this person actually did very well in the quiz. Now, you wouldn't be able to assess this on a multiple choice test, nor would you be able to get them feedback. Okay, like I'm doing right here. They see what they did correctly. Like this is correct, this is not. It's a rotation, but the angle's off. It's a dilation, but their scale factor's off. You wouldn't be able to give them that kind of feedback on a multiple choice quiz or a test. And that's why those are killing students right now. We have a 60% failure rate in the district in the beginning of this online education that we started here in our district in most of the United States, but it's not assessed correctly. We're not assessing the kids correctly, and there is a way to assess kids correctly like we used to do with paper and pencil, all right? And I'm doing it on the iPad Pro, or you can do it on any iPad, any modern iPad, not an old iPad. I have an old one that doesn't have the correct software, that doesn't allow it to use Canvas, but if you have the Apple Pen and a new iPad, you can grade like this, and you can give feedback. Like I can go to comments right here, and I can go Grace, comma. Oh, I gotta press. And so what I do is I obviously speak in the comment right there. And when I see her next in class, she'll get that comment, she'll get the grade. Okay, it's a 90%, which is obviously an A minus. All right, because she got the majority of what's going on. The student actually knows something. But on a multiple choice quiz, this would have been a low grade. All right, because she would have got it wrong. She got the dilation wrong and the rotation wrong. And if that was the question on the multiple choice test, she would have got a 0. But this is a smart kid, and I know because I know her. But you're not going to be able to assess a kid and give her the actual score and what they actually deserve and assess their thinking and give them feedback unless you give them a free response question. And that's why all the teachers out there that are giving multiple choice quizzes for quizzing, for multiple choice homework, multiple choice this, multiple choice that, ought to change their thinking. All right, because it's just flat out not fair. Let's take a look at another person here. And again, I'm just flying by wire here. I'm just taking a look at sample quizzes here that I haven't graded yet and just talking about them. So this person graphed the original correctly. Okay. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. Okay. It's rotated 45 degrees, not negative 45 degrees, but 45 degrees because it's counterclockwise. But he had the right idea. And it's dilated, but not by a scale factor of 6√2. He's very close. But the problem on this one is that I don't know how he's getting 6√2. Oh, he got it right here. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. He kind of erased it. All right, the original figure is from A to B is length 3. So he has to take 6 rad 2 divided by 3. This is the scale factor. And get 2 rad 2, okay? And that's actually the scale factor. So he's very close. So you got all the graphing correct, the numerics correct, you got the rotation correct, and almost the scale factor. So this student almost got a 5 out of 5. If I can give a 4.5, if I wanted to do it it would be like a 95%. But I'm just doing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on this quiz right here. And so this student deserves a 90%, which is an A minus. All right, and if you wanted to be a little bit more generous, you can give him a 95 because they almost got it. He really had a pretty good understanding of the problem. And that is why I always give free response quizzes, because the students need the feedback. They can't show you what they know and what they don't know unless you do that, because the multiple choice quiz does not show you that. You don't know that. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what they don't know and what they do know on a multiple choice question, but they do on a free response. And that's why I think every teacher should give free responses at least sometimes in addition to the multiple choice, like a combination of the two, during this online venture that we're going into right now, because it's only fair. And I can go on and on, but I'm going to stop it right here. There's more to say, but I'll leave that in my next video.